Namaste.
Namaste Guruji. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
गुरुभ्यो नमः गुरुजी.
Hari Om.
Good evening, Guruji.
Good evening to everyone.
As a part of prayer, can I recite the stotram from Tirupavai? Is it okay, sir?
Oh, yes. Perfectly all right.
Thank you.
I mean, please don't ask
Margaret.
for prayer.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, start. Wait, am I
Om
recording?
Namo Venkatesh. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
Guruji.
recorded, sir.
Okay, done.
Om Namo Venkatesaya. Margaret Tingal Magini Vainda Nanana Nidada Poduvir Podivum Nirari Sermankyum Ipada Chelva Chirmirigal Purve Children Tularal Nandakopan Kumaran Nirar in the Kani Yashoda Iram Singam Narayane Namakke Paraidarval. Thank you, sir. Thanks, everyone.
Gajananam Bhutaganam Sevitam Kapita Jambu Falasara Bhakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinasha Karanam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheswaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Sri Gurave Namaha, Sri Gurave Namaha.
Very good. Like charity and prayer should be done without being asked. Okay. So Sri Devi took over and did the Guru Vandana, right? Okay. Did we get the birth inputs? Who's going to start off? Rohith, do you have Jagannath Hora with you?
Yes, sir, I have Jagannath Hora.
But make sure the name is not revealed, okay?
Okay, sure. I'll just input in the details again without name and then I will share.
Yeah, and be ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah, sure. I'll share it right away.
Okay. Anyone knows what are the 5 places where Kali occupied when Kali Yuga began? This is a story, I think, around the Pandavas' time. That's when Kali Yuga sets in, right? The last part of Dwapara Yuga. So Kali asks for, I need some space. You must give it to me. But Parikshit refused. But he said, no, you can't refuse because this is the order of time. I will come. I will set in. Okay, based on the rules of time. But at least give some space. What are the 4 places that, before I even ask the question, Deepak has typed. Oh my God.
Where gambling happens, Guruji, and in slaughtering places, and where you have gold, and also men and women like who will be doing sexual activities illicitly. I mean to say.
No. The correct word is prostitution. Okay.
Okay.
That's totally different. I think there's element of suffering because sometimes the girls are trapped by stronger people. Animal slaughter is also some situation like that. Gambling is a different type where the person willingly goes, but then the effects are long lasting, as revealed by, at least, even before Kali came in itself, the gambling place became hell for Pandavas, right? So all this must have existed, forever, I think, right? Or it will exist. But maybe this is a way to think that we can get better and save ourselves in Kali Yuga by avoiding these. And the last one, Deepak Kumar has typed, is gold. So and because I think Parikshit was, being a king, was wearing a golden crown, that's how Kali gets into his, on top of his head, because there is gold. But unwittingly, he said, okay, you can occupy gold also. Okay. Is Rohit ready for the...
1 minute, sir. I'm actually changing my this thing from mobile to laptop.
Okay,
So just
okay. Okay. In maybe I can also connect to Sri Jyoti. Or can you just type the date, time, and place of birth on chat? Or do I have it from you? I can copy paste it. 1 minute. I'll do it myself. Don't worry. Okay. Just hold on, students. I'll get it for you.
Kishorji is here, so he may be able to share the screen if he can.
I see. No, every time, troubling him, I thought. Anyway, I'll... latitude, longitude.
I'll chip in when you need me, Guruji.
Are you okay? Are you having...
Absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll paste it so that others can also...
Last night when you sent the link in Patreon, I saw it at around 11:30.
I
And
see.
there was no time mentioned. I thought probably it was at that time. Then I realized it was a mistake probably.
Yeah,
Sir, I have it ready. If you want, I can share now.
Yeah, you can. Meanwhile, if
Okay.
I think Gautam is not doing well, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I'm
Kishore
just sharing.
ji can just use his input. Kharagpur, I think there are more than one places, I think. So just keep an eye on the latitude, longitude. Okay. 2507 and 8633. One clue is that the Lagna is on the border. So make sure the latitude, longitude is correct.
So is Rohit
Sir,
having
can
the
you
DTP?
share the birth details, Guruji?
Already pasted in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
I hope my screen is now visible, sir.
Perfectly?
Yeah.
For some reason, I love this software. I don't know why. Okay. It's just psychological. Okay. But Sri
And
Jyoti
I
is
can also do all the
far ahead.
chakras directly like this.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So let's start. No questions in the beginning. We'll just go through and make some, we'll call it while statements. Okay. Simply no rules barred, simply whatever comes to your mind. But whenever you say anything, please don't do it like how some of the professional astrologers will do it. If you want to start off with a joke, I'll tell you how some people in Kerala do it. Okay. Mithana Lagnam, Mars in second house, Jupiter in fourth, Rahu in sixth, Saturn in ninth, Venus and Mercury in 10th, 11th in Sun in 11th, 12th Ketu Moon. What is a nakshatra? Where is the moon? So from this, moon must be what nakshatra? Anybody can guess? Don't show that.
Rohini, Guruji.
Okay. Then Rohini Nakshatram. So his dasha at birth is Chandra dasha. When the layman hears this, they'll think, oh my God, there's so much knowledge, right? Astrology is so difficult, very complex, like calculus. Okay. If you say Mars is in the second, immediately make a statement on it. When you say Mars in the second, what are the dimensions? It can be considered as 11th lord in the second. Okay. We are not looking at the Bhava chart here, but at least Mars is Nicha, another dignity. What does that mean? Whether it is really in the second house or not, we'll soon find out. Can anybody guess where Mars might be by just looking at Rashi and Navamsa in the Bhava chart?
First house.
It will be in the first house?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
How do you say that?
Mars is in the second path of Cancer. So it will be the degree will be between 3 degree 20 minutes and 6 degree 40 minutes. And the
So Mars
Lagna,
must be, in, okay. Good.
Shall I open Bhava chart as well, sir?
You can
Make it,
use one chart which we'll never use probably. This hora is not the regular traditional hora, D2, what you have put. TRD didn't come. Did you notice that? If you use TRD, you will have planets only in Cancer and Leo. The last one, hora chart. Okay, but then what I'm saying, I don't know if anybody is, I mean, there are some ways to use the hora, but out of this chart, which shall we replace with Bhava chart? Which do you think we might not use at all?
D2 or
Yeah, D2 will take, we'll use it as a Bhava chart. But normally it is not good practice. Trimshamsa should come down, and next to on Trimshamsa it should be Bhava chart. Okay, it's okay. Show me the other chart where you have Bhava chart here, the previous one. Oh, there's a big mistake. You have to have Bhava chart.
right. I just it comes with a right click, so I don't know, for some reason for me right click is not working here.
Not working. Okay.
1 minute, I'll just bring that chart.
Okay. So you've been using Jagannath Hora without the Bhava chart?
No. I generally have it, but probably I didn't save it. That's why it didn't come.
Oh. You see, in the preferences, you can set it as global, I think, or permanent or something. Okay.
Okay.
Set save preferences. Yeah, save preferences. You can do that. Now it is Bhava chart is from the moon's point of view. So right click and go to the Lagna and change it. Yeah, keep the mouse over it. Right click. And go up. The fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the fifth and go down. Choose reference point. Yes. And click that. Open, go up. I think Lagna will be the first one. Okay.
Yeah. Mars has moved to the first house.
Yes, it must, because of the angular distance which you can calculate from the Navamsa.
Navamsa and Rasi.
Anything important? Meanwhile, I think Kishorji must be ready with the Sri Jyoti. We can do something a little later, but for some fundamental things, let's finish here. Is this Karakpur, right?
Yeah, that's right, sir.
Okay, you are aware of it, so you know. Okay.
Yeah. And what I find really very good about another point is in Sarvashtaka Varga, very rarely all the houses have more than 25, sir. Only one house here is like less than 25. Rest all of them are more than 25.
Oh, evenly balanced. Okay.
Very balanced.
Okay, 22. The lowest is
Fourth house.
Fourth house. Okay. I'll make a statement intentionally. Venus is not exalted in Bhava chart. Is that correct?
No, sir.
No.
But it is in Aquarius, right? In Bhava.
But exaltation should be looked from the Rasi chart, and
So we should read like Venus exalted in 9th house.
Wow.
9th house. Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So Venus exalted. But what is it basically?
It is number one only benefic planet for this ascendant Guruji, and it is exalted.
Sun exalted?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sun exalted in 10th house.
2 grahas, right? Okay.
3, sir. No, 5, sir, totally.
No, we'll come. So far 2. Okay, so far so
Yeah.
good. Moon exalted?
Yes, sir.
How often does that happen in a year? Sun exalted, moon exalted?
2 times, sir.
2 times, yeah.
Are you sure?
Sorry,
in
1 time, sir.
Vaisakam,
1 time.
once.
Akshaya Tritiya.
Akshaya Tritiya, special day. You know, the people in, at least I don't know about the rest of India, but Tamil Nadu people go crazy. The gold shop, there's a gold rush, Mechanized gold type hunt for gold. So this is Akshaya Tritiya, right?
Will it happen in the same simultaneous 15 days after during the Amavasya day also?
No, it won't, because you can only have sun and the moon like this once. That's all. Once means it can overlap on the next day, because the moon doesn't move so fast. But what we mean by one is April middle to May middle, that Akshaya Tritiya will always come because sun is exalted, and you need just the moon to be exalted to get Akshaya Tritiya. And obviously the Tithi will be, as from the name you can guess, it should be Tritiya. Okay.
Got it, yeah.
So, but it can be more than Tritiya also. It can be Chaturthi. It can overlap. But usually for Chaturthi, I think the star must be Mrigashira. Okay. So it has to get into Mrigashira to get Chaturthi. Only then the distance increases, you know. So this is something very special. Akshaya Tritiya and then Venus exalted. Okay. Doesn't it make something, very standout type horoscope, right? Because 3 planets exalted, 1 debilitated, 1 Swakshetra.
And 1 point, Guruji.
2 debilitated, sir.
Rahu debilitated, Ketu debilitated.
Lagna Lord and Mars both debilitated.
So there's something very peculiar, right, about this chart? With so many things.
Sir, but
Guruji,
Bhava chart, Ketu and Rahu, okay, doesn't refer to exaltation from Bhava chart. Got it, okay.
Wait, Parameshwar has something to say. Let's see.
Yeah, is moon got Vargotama?
Moon god Vargotama is another point. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's Vargotama. Okay, because in this, if you don't mind,
Can open Navamsa.
in Trimsamsa, you open up Navamsa. Okay.
No, moon is not in Vargotama.
It's not in Vargotama.
Yeah, it won't be, I think, right? But could be, because Rohini second pada will be Vargotama. Maybe if it's not
Lagna
second
is
pada,
Vargotama.
it just missed the Vargotama. So it is Rohini third pada. Okay. Second pada is Vargotama. But you can guess. Now what we have to do is look into Shadbala and then say whether moon is really strong. You want to find out? Just have a glance at Shadbala. Now do one thing. In preferences, go and say save this, so that you'll always have Rashi, Bhava, Navamsha. These 3, you should never avoid them. You must surely have Rashi, Navamsha, Bhava. But usually Rashi, Bhava is better to be, like sticking to each other, because you just want to have a quick glance and see if anything has happened. Okay. So in the Bhava chart, Mercury and Sun is in the 10th. Lord of 5th is in the 9th. Which one do you think 5th Lord in the 10th exalted is great, or 5th Lord in the 9th exalted in the 9th? Which one you think is more auspicious? But very difficult to answer this, I know. But
5th Lord in the 10th.
5th Lord in the 10th is more powerful, right? Because it's a big time yoga, right? 5th Lord in the 10th. The reason being the fountain of past life, from where the punya flows, that this person will get great opportunity to impact the world maximum if it is in the 10th. Okay. If it is in the 9th, does it fall short of that? Yes, a little bit less, but it's not as strong as fifth lord in the 10th. So why did Venus go back to the 9th? Is the soul wanting something different? And what could that be? These are the questions. Tell you the truth, I also don't know much about this person. But whatever comes to your mind, please type it out. First, let's start with typing. Okay.
Sir, is he having any eye problem?
No.
Eye problem? Is that because you're saying Mars is in the second?
Mars in second lord, and especially this is being sixth lord in second house and debilitated. And Bhrigusutram clearly says that, sir.
Yeah. Now, the point about these kind of statements is that if you quote Bhrigusutram and say, Guruji's left eye problem is indicated, but then before the event happened, that statement didn't work, right? So there are certain events in life which has not yet happened. So one thing that doesn't mean anything, because we can always say later on it can happen. If at all, the sloka mentions it. And we hope that such things don't happen also. We wish. But you can look at something else, because what is the age of this person?
30, around 30, Guruji.
So by
30, 30.
Yeah, by 30, you do a lot of things, right? So why don't we talk about his career for a change? What would be, what he might be, what is his interest, and so on. Wait, we have a statement from Sharada. Venus in 9th means he has to abide, or he does abide. He has to. Okay, you're making it emphatic. That's what you mean by he has to. He will abide by the religious norms and laws. 5th and 9th. Okay. Now, as I always tell you, and thank you, Sharada. That was a good start. But what approach should we take when we read a chart? Do we discover everything by ourselves? Any suggestions?
We should go by what the classical books say.
Okay, from that you can start. Later on, since we know everything was not covered by the classical books also, we need to do a little bit of mix match and connecting the dots. Therefore, but at least we'll start off with something from the textbooks, right? Classical textbook. 5th lord in the 9th. Quickly. Try to, how you will memorize this is by relating it to somebody you know, maybe celebrity, or maybe one of your relatives. I don't know. You should have somebody as a reference for everything you read in astrology. Oh, he had this. This guy had this. That man went through this. So that helps actually. They're called aiding memory, mnemonics. Okay. Wow. V.K. Varman, author. What is that? Treatise? I think bestsellers, maybe. Okay. Okay. From that, we know it is what? Something to do with creativity. The book writers.
Yes, Guruji.
But is it only book writing? Why 9th house? Why is the Maharishi connecting to writing?
Maybe
Dharma.
something related to religious writings.
Correct. Dharma is, writing. It's been written. It is told. Has written in the law book. Everything is written. Of course, you can say we are not writing it now. We are typing. But whatever it is, it's still the same. That's why we always say, send me a text message. Or sign this paper. Put it in words. Don't, jot it down. Note it down. Let me note it down before I forget. After seeing that treatise, V.K. Varman, I don't know what is the real spelling for that. My brain looks like damaged now. I'm not able to figure out what that is. Is that a regular term? Or is it just to mean it is books? High level English, I think, right? But it's there in the translation. I also saw that. So what all can you come up with if a person is to become an author?
Fifth Lord in 10th house, Fifth Lord in 11th house. Anything connection between 5th, 10th and 11th, Guruji.
Yeah, but when he says 9th house author, can you somehow cleverly connect something to the 9th house? 5th we know, creativity.
5th Lord in 9th house itself is like author treatise, just like whatever
No,
Varmanji
V.K.
said.
Varman has typed. V.K. Varman has typed it. No, it's not V.K. Varman who said it. He just quoted Maharishi Parashara. Okay, he quoted Maharishi Parashara. So, is he an author, Rohith? Is he writing books?
No,
Only
sir,
answer
he has
yes.
published. He has
Okay.
published a lot of papers, but not as a book.
Okay, now, how many of you think we got a mismatch here? We are saying books, but he's saying no. Are we going to be very strict about that he has to write only books? Or can we say, yeah, we can say paper publishing, right? See, if one of your relatives is going to ask you, my daughter wants to do PhD, and if you see 5th Lord and then you say, yes, she will do it. What common sense you'll use here? It's already there in the astrological combinations. And then the person is asking, I want to do PhD. Somebody says, I want to write a book and has 5th Lord in the 9th. What will you say? Yes, you will surely write. Whether they write or not, don't bother. As far as your role is, you have to say, yes, they will write. Okay, at least we got some clue. He has published papers. How do you pronounce V.K. Varman? Treatise or treatise? I don't know. Okay.
Treatise.
Treatise. Okay. I would use a better word like bestseller. Okay. Because I have a lot of authors who authored bestsellers having 5th Lord in the 9th. Regularly, I see them. Whenever I get the author's horoscope, it will be 5 and 9 connection. Very nice. Yeah, so creativity and 9th house is so much teaching, so much learning, so much dharmic.
In D3, the house of 3rd Lord Mars is still debilitated. Maybe that is why he hasn't gone into books, maybe. Creativity writing, so. And maybe stuck to papers.
Here I want to tell you one thing. When we said something about 5th Lord in the 9th, that is exalted, right? What is it is exalted and it is going towards Paramocha point. It's not near Paramocha, but it is Arohanam, going upwards, going towards deep exaltation. Okay, it's going towards deep exaltation, but not yet. And not yet means it's actually, the moment it touches the deep exaltation and crosses even 1 degree, it is inferior to something going towards. Okay, going towards. It's like a sports person moving from club level domination to city level and then district level to state level, and all this journey is exciting and so much of name and fame. World championship, peak exaltation, but the moment he loses world championship, he's no more the world champion. He loses, he falls. So even the next degree from deep exaltation is usually not a good sign. So Venus is exalted. So we'll stick to the fact that this fifth lord in the ninth must be working, even though Varman said third lord is Nicha. We are not going to discount the fact that something to do with the authorship is not going to go. Okay, we are going to say no. How do you compare which one to give more importance? Which one will you give more importance? Rashi chart or divisional chart?
Rashi, because it gives the overall permission, isn't it? So
correct. One. Second, it got exalted. It got something special there. Now you're not going to discount it based on something else you find. For every opposite things, if you look into divisional charts and you manage to find something here and there, then we might actually be very inconclusive about astrology. You will not know. You get confused. We'll end up only talking about astrology, but you ask, do you want to make a conclusion? No, I can't make a conclusion. Instead, you say, dignity-wise, Venus is good. Now, I request Rohith to reveal the Shadbala.
May I ask a question to Rohith?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rohitji, since he is in the writing field, and you said that he has published a lot of research papers, does he deal or does he have a passion for occult and spiritual sciences?
No, not directly.
Okay, but he is connected deeply, right? Maybe not
Yeah, he's
professionally, but
very
internally
spiritual.
he's okay.
Yeah, he's very spiritually connected, that is for sure.
Yeah. And
He has a sadhana, like one kind of a sadhana.
okay, so I can see that, but I will be doing a further research and then I will reveal the rules.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like he
and
is in.
Shadbala chart is there. Oh, sorry, Sridevi, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Like he is in some kind of like dharmic activities, considering like second lord in 12th house, like exalted. That is the only positive thing that we have, like connecting to 12th house, if I am right, or like 12th heart. No, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry to confuse you. 12th in second is like one of the positive things, not second in 12th.
Wow, you remember that? Okay. Because in 12th house lordship, only few things are there good, right? Everything else is bad. Very nice.
Yes, Guruji, only one thing. 12th house lord in second house is the positive one.
Little bit about 8th house.
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Something
positive ones.
Something is also there. But that's very strange, right? But we expect 12th lord to be the worst of all. But anyway, the sun is the strongest. And you know what it is doing? It is standing so tall. I hope now we could ask Kishorji to just have a glance on his screen and tell me, Sri Jyoti, does it rate the sun as the tallest one?
It has 222 in Shadbala, Guruji.
No, here in Jagannath. Jagannath is visible, but anything on...
Yes, Guruji. In Shadbal, it is 215.
Wow.
Which is way above the top limit. And I believe he is also a life coach or some sort of a thing.
Life coach.
Someone who is a mentor or a life coach.
Can we before that? Can we say something? Can we say? Who is this?
It's me, sir. How are you?
Mardini. Oh, yes. Yeah, please go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Is his profession somehow related to theater? He is publishing something related to theater or entertainment or theaters or something like this?
We are not able to hear you well. I'm not sure if it's I'm the only one.
No, same here, sir. I'm also not able. I wasn't able to comprehend.
His question is whether he is connected with the theater and fine arts.
Yeah, exactly.
Theater and fine arts.
Whereas my question was whether he is a life coach or a mentor. So, Rohitji, up to you.
Mentor, yes, for sure. Life coach meaning generally people who do that counseling, not that kind of a thing. Is not
more
into
like
that
a
kind
motivational
of
speaker, more like a motivational person.
He is very motivational, that's for sure, but not into the regular, counseling session, psychiatry, psychologist kind of a
No,
thing.
not that. Yeah.
Meanwhile, can Mardini type out what he said so that, when we publish it on this video on Patreon, the chat will also be found at the end of the video, right? So it helps us to know who said what. Okay, if you don't
I will text.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much. So now, anybody wants to say something about the sun, not just exalted, but so tall? And here's a very important point, that exaltation does not necessarily mean that the planet is just very strong in Shadbala. It need not be. Okay? These are strange things about Shadbala. And so there is now a possibility that an exalted planet might be extraordinarily strong in Shadbala. What does that say? It is quite different from somebody who's just the strongest planet in Shadbala. So the sun plays a very important role. Let's say if in a person's life, sun dominates. Okay? If sun dominates, are we waiting for Mardini to, he hasn't typed? Okay. Or can somebody help him that you say Mardini said this? Okay. So if sun is the strongest graha, why did he say theaters? I request Mardini.
Yeah. Do you hear me well now?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Okay, if we go to Baba chart, Sun and Mercury, both of them are in the same house. Mercury is Lagnacian. Sun and Mercury, both of them are in the same house. Venus in Baba chart is 10 from the moon, so it's related to his work. Venus in Navamsha, it's in Libra. So Jupiter as well retrograde in the 4th house, so Plan has some effect on the 10th house. So I think all the indicators related to something related to theater, affecting the people, performance in front of many people on theater or something like this. I'm unsure, this is my speculation, but I'm waiting for Rohith to confirm it.
Wait a minute. I want to tell you one thing, that you know why the sun is connected to the theater? Anybody wants to help? Forget everything else that Mardini has typed, but just say simply theater and the sun. Can anybody say?
Lights, brightness.
Okay, very good, very good. Very close, little more.
Everyone sees the artist on stage. It's like the sun that cannot be hidden.
Exactly. It's like, the Colosseum of Rome, you have everybody around, all of them, the spectators, and in the middle, Sachin is batting. Okay. So this center is how the sun is in the solar system. So that's why it's always connected to. And who will be in the theater, the limelight? Politician? Among so many people, which profession will always stand out? Everybody will, respect that. And they'll say, oh, he's this. Which profession? Politician is, because everybody, obviously we'll all get up when the politician walks in.
Power.
Yeah, power, because there is so much power. And a little more, can you guess anybody else other than a politician who will get that kind of an attention?
Movies,
maybe.
movie stars.
Movie stars, okay.
Government officials.
Government officials are all connected to the government aspect. Okay,
Sports
the
persons, sir. Especially
Sports
cricketers
person.
in India.
Okay. In the good old days, one education always gives them a title. Other people don't get titles. Teacher,
Coaches?
poet. When you complete the course, they'll give you a title.
Doctor? That's for PhD also, Guruji.
No, this doctor is different. This medical doctor. In a situation, look at any calamity, suddenly the doctor will become so important. Because they are the ones who can even save the king. Okay, just keep in mind. So in my software, I wrote it as Kiran. We do accept that, teacher is also somebody that important. Maybe a little bit. Or just 1 minute. Rohith, continue the discussion.
Yeah, sure.
So, just a wild guess, Rohit, does this person also run any sort of an institution?
No.
Does he have or does he work in an institution which is huge?
No. Institution meaning like a training institute or
No, anything. It can be like an ashram.
incorporation.
Anything. It can be
Okay.
an ashram. It can also be his own venture.
No,
Mostly like,
nothing on his name.
Okay.
Nothing on his name.
Rohit, this person frequently travels abroad
No. He's in India.
and he travels a lot within India.
Not that much as well. So he's not that travel, like he travels for his pleasure purposes, but not for work or
And
anything.
he is also very wealthy, actually. He's above, his wealth is above normal.
Yeah, for sure.
And most likely he has had upheavals in his life and transformations, which has caused him to become successful.
He's extremely hardworking, which he has proven through. And
That
period.
hardworking, that hardworking we see from the two parivartanas that are happening. So I was wanting to suggest that there were some discussion about the Nicha, right? But along with the Nicha, there's also Nicha Bhanga. And there were two parivartanas which I noticed. So parivartanas and Nicha Bhangas are playing a big part in this. We have the 11th Lord connected to the second, the third Lord in the 11th. So a lot of money is involved. Like he earns a lot of money by his efforts. Because the third is a house of effort, kriya, karma, what do you call that, sadhana and all that. And we see a connection between the 4 and 10, we see a lot of good connections between 1, 4, 10 and 9th Lord in 9th. It's wonderful. So all in all, it's a very positive chart, I would say. The only blemish I would say is that the Nicha of Rahu and Ketu in 6-12. Along with the Nicha of Mercury and Mars. But that is also getting Nicha Bhanga is also happening there. Because in Rahu Ketu axis, Moon is exalted. And in the case of Mars, we see Sun exalted. And Moon also exalted, dispositor of Mars. So all in all, this fourth Lord, Jupiter in the fourth aspecting its own bhava. And we have exalted Venus. And therefore, this Mercury is also not at all weak. It is a very powerful and good Mercury. And as far as the house and Lord strengths are concerned, we see the 10th house and the third house having high score in this Bhava Bala, or what you call the mixture of house and Lord strengths. That feature is there in Sri Jyoti. It is not there in this thing. Yeah. So we see two houses standing very tall. One is a MC, we call it as the 10th house, and the other is the third house. So basically,
first Lord is like mutually exchanged with the
Guru.
10th and 7th.
Yeah. So that is why I say it's a very powerful chart in terms of that 3rd and 10th connection. And especially happening in the 4-10 axis is a very powerful chart.
Will he be favored by the government?
Yeah, for sure, sir, because Sun is super strong.
And the 9th Lord in
suppose this person's mother comes to you when he is 10-year-old and say, because in India, we always ask this question, will my son get a government job? Okay. What will be your answer?
Very positive chances.
Very high chances, right? Because the sun is so strong. And then in the Bhava chart, it managed to move into the 10th house of great purpose of life connected to the sun. What else sun? We already covered a little bit of sun, like Mardini saying something to do like a theater. Okay. And a lot of lights and so on. Could be he's a performer on stage. You never know. We'll figure it out. Okay.
Also, sun is close to deep exaltation, I think.
Sun?
Deep exaltation point.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
It's
Oh,
11 degrees.
yeah.
1 degree away.
Yeah, it's okay. It's still deep. In Ashtakarga, which is the one which has the highest score?
Second house, sir. 35
Second
points.
house. And nearest is we have 8th
Eighth
house.
house.
And then third house, right?
Yeah, 30.
Can you say this person is an artist or an actor? Could be, right? Because fifth lord is exalted in. Before moving to the Bhava chart, you must accept that Venus is in Jupiter house only, right? So there is a connection. That's the one of the reasons why people always get away, even though they use only the Rashi chart and do not use the Bhava chart, because they somehow connect it, right? They get the 10th house connection, which can't be denied. So there is a 10th house connection to Venus.
Sir, also to add in this, probably, I'm sorry for out of context, but Saraswati Yoga again being present, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter connection, direct axis connection.
So we have Gautam Seju, the yoga's expert. Tell me, Gautam, is that right? That description?
Yes, Guruji. Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter in Kendra.
Kendra, okay.
And Jupiter aspecting both of them.
Okay. We get that in the Rashi chart.
I think he has a side of spirituality. It's very obvious in his chart as well. It's my character Mercury in the 8th house of Navamsha, the 8th house, Sun with Ketu in the 2nd house, and Lagna. So I think he is a spiritual person as well. The spirituality is obvious in his chart.
Yeah, maybe the work that he does has something to do with what we in India refer as something connected to spirituality. Okay. One particular activity is so much connected to the gurus, not all the time, but there's a lot of connection to one particular aspect. Can anybody say something about that?
Guru or spirituality?
No, on the spirituality as, connected to the gurus, one kind of activity.
I think more than 4 houses more than 4 planets in the same house.
More
than 4 planets in the same house.
No, not that. Not that sannyas. I'm talking generally without astrology. That one aspect of our life, as far as human beings are concerned, if you can think about the spiritual people are also closely associated with these things. So they could be connected to the spiritual activities. What are the type of activities? I'll tell you how to eliminate. For example, something like games. Will spiritual people play a game?
Guru, you're asking for something that a normal common man which will share with activities, or is that what you're trying to ask?
No. I'm saying if you say spirituality, 8th house or something, is it only that they have to be spiritual, or maybe they're trying to do something very close to that? What if this person is writing a book on spirituality?
Or they could also be building temples. So because
like that I'm saying, like that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, can we say?
Yeah, they could. Fifth and ninth also refers to building temples and associated. But this person is for sure in some type of guiding position because the Jupiter keeps showing up again and again in different divisional charts.
Okay.
He's
So
someone
probably,
well
I
known.
think. Oh, sorry, Varmanji.
Yeah.
I just thought of adding that type of one word, probably for your statement. Consulting might be probably a right word because Jupiter is generally a very good consultant. So
Yeah. It
as
could
you
be
said,
any
he
guide,
is
like to sum it up, a guide. A guru itself means guide, right? So
right.
that's definitely for keeps showing up in the Samsa, in Rashi and all that in Arudra Lagna. So he's definitely someone who seems to be guiding people a lot of times.
Oh yeah, for sure. He is like expert in multi-dimensional expert.
The reason why we are talking about occult or spiritual angle is because there's also the 12th lord. Venus is also the 12th lord. And 12th is one of sharing or giving and not taking beyond what is, we call it as minimal living, which is actually a contradiction because Venus would like to give you the luxuries. So here we see the Lagna Lord, that is the first Lord, the fifth Lord, and the ninth Lord in a very wonderful position or dignity as far as the placement is concerned. So therefore, this person's character will be highly dharmic, or he will be a person who motivates because of Surya being in Mesha, which is like an authoritative Surya, which when he shines, when he does his in his profession, he's a different person altogether. That reminds me of another character by the name Mahatriya. Many of you would have heard his name, the author of Infinitism. Because when you speak to him, normally he appears as a very normal, down-to-earth person. But when he goes on stage and when he speaks, he just catches your attention. So he can dominate the stage. So that is that sun in the Mesha. And sun being the third lord in the 11th, once again, it gives a lot of strength to the third house activities.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe he is more connected with what is called as name, fame, popularity, wealth-wise, everything is good. And the angle is more spiritual than materialistic. He may also own a lot of properties, but he may not be interested in those things. Because of the 1, 4, 7, 10 being strong and 1, 5, 9 also being strong, he has both Lakshmi and Vishnu blessing him. And Rahu in the 6th and 9th lord in the 9th. What more can one ask for?
Yeah, Kishori, I think 9th lord is in 8th.
Pardon?
9th lord is in 8th, Kishori, I guess, because in Bhava chart, Saturn moved from 9th to 8th.
Saturn, whether it is in 9th or 8th, it's again a wonderful position for Saturn. It's in Swar, right? Whether it's the 8th or the 9th, it's in Saturn's zone, right?
Yeah, and Saturn 8th is a longevity.
The longevity,
indication.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually go by the D1 chart. I don't look at the Bhava unless and until there's a Dasha Bhukti related question.
If you say, I think by using the Rashi chart, you did say Saraswati Yoga, right?
Yeah, Saraswati Yoga, because Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter are connected.
I mean, all the benefics, these benefics are in, okay.
Not in trick houses and Kendra house. So indirect taxes that too.
Yeah. Can you show the aspect table where we can find out Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter connections?
Yeah.
So Jupiter looking at Mercury 56, Jupiter looking at Venus 54, right? And then the other one,
Venus looking at
Mercury looking at Jupiter 44, and Venus looking at Jupiter 59.
Guruji, it is out of
almost
60, I think.
Huh?
It is out of 60 Virupas.
Yeah, so it's 59 is like almost 100%.
My God. Okay, I didn't notice that. I was just thinking, what?
Yeah, the full aspect value is 60.
Yeah,
This is also...
No. Don't use 60. I'm telling you, because we have lived this life 21st century only with 100. We never lived with 60. Okay. So please change it to 60. And it was so smart that PVR Narasimha Rao allowed us to change it to 100. Okay. Please right click and change it off immediately, because we love to see the how do you select? How do you, yeah, the
98, sir.
98.
And 91. So this is also a Lakshmi Yoga, Jupiter and Venus.
So Guruji, for these yogas to work, shouldn't the planet be strong, like Shadbala as well? Like Saraswati Yoga, Mercury should be strong, right? No?
1 minute, I can show.
Varmanji, Marbone considers exchange as a source of strength. In this case, Jupiter and Venus are in exchange, so it will be a source of strength for Mercury.
And in Shadbala, except Mercury, all are considerably strong.
So even if Mercury is low on Shadbala and just because it exchanges, it is considered to be strong?
Yes.
Okay.
And also the person has master's degree.
Is he a lawyer?
No, he's not a lawyer.
No, he's not a lawyer, Gautam.
In his work related to history, stories about ancient books, something like this.
Sorry.
I didn't quite understand what Mardini said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is his work related to stories, to history, ancient books, telling something about stories and history and ancient books, something like this?
Did he say
no,
ancient?
not much story.
No, wait, Rohit. He said, he used the word ancient.
Yeah, I mean about history, stories, ancient book, something like this.
More like historical and mythological characters, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, he writes on those things. Okay, yeah. When something stands tall like this, like sun is so tall as the third lord of efforts, your fingers, your hands, in the 10th house of career or purpose of life, then it is sun. Simply by this third lord in the 10th, my fingers and my hands, that in 10. JC Astro says music. Did anybody take note of that? Rohit, has he got anything to do with music? Yes, no, that's all you have to say.
Yes.
He has got. Okay, that was confirmed, is it? Okay, I was not here. I went away for attending another thing. Counseling or
music field is more connected with the hands.
Or maybe you want to connect Saraswati. You want to connect Saraswati to music, because Saraswati is the goddess of music.
No, Guruji, I was looking at the third house, so more like the musical instrument connected with the hands, like the mridangam or the drums or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or even singing, Kishorji.
For singing, second house should be good, but we have a Mars there and Saturn is aspecting the second house.
No. For singing, third house is enough, because it's not because of the tongue we sing, it is because of the throat we sing. Singing is a throat activity. While speaking, I think, is more tongue activity.
Okay. But even there, that blemish is there in the second. So that blemish will not be giving that much of a push in that direction. More like the drum sort of a thing, fingers or tabla or mridangam, something like that.
Okay.
But the reason of that blemish is because even Saturn is aspecting it. That is another reason. But
aspecting what?
The second house. If you look at Saturn's aspect on the second house, it is 81. It is 81.
Oh, okay.
And Saturn aspecting Mars is also a big thing. One sec. Oh no, not Mars, Sun.
Yeah, Saturn is aspecting Sun by 95.
which is
He
the
is
third.
Rahu in Mercury Nakshatra.
Yes. Venus is a Karaka for soulful
arts.
music, fine arts
Yeah.
music, and Moon is the emotional second house lord in 12th.
So because the sun stands out so well in the sky, does this guy also stand out so well from others? Did he make some big time achievements?
Also to add, Mardini, no, he's not writing any songs or he's not composing any songs either.
Here, Rohit, I want to correct you that when he says,
Yeah.
is he writing songs, you will have to think about it as creating something. Okay. So songs need not be the literal songs, or writing may
Yeah.
not be literally writing, because one particular aspect is being discussed here by Mardini. Okay. So we could still give some okay to him, because when he says, is he writing songs? He'll say, no, he's not writing songs, but it's almost like that. Because
Yeah, close
by the
to,
time when
we can say.
when we finish the discussion, all of us will understand that there is so much truth in these things. So astrology won't be so perfect that it'll reveal everything, because so people are trying to guess. Maybe he plays the piano so well. Okay. Something. So maybe that is a song, right? It need not be written. Deepak Kumar suddenly says Veena player. Why? Anybody, any guess on why Deepak Kumar is saying Veena, especially and not flute?
Sir, we
Maybe
use
Saraswati.
hands more for Veena. The hand should be moved very fast.
Very right.
Rohit, is it correct?
100%, sir. The speed at which the Veena player should have the hands moving is because of the fact that.
Okay. And constant back and forth, right? Third is back and forth.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And also, there are 4 different strings in Veena. So the first string, there are times at which we swap between the first and the second string, and there are 3 pitches. So the Madhyama Sthai, the Mandra Sthai, and the Tara Sthai. So often song switches from one pitch to another pitch. So the hands have to move so fast to switch between the strings, between the pitch levels. So for a Veena player, that is like. Often Dr. Jayanti Kumresh says like the Veena is like so huge, whereas the violin, the distance between one pitch to other pitch is so easy to reach. Flute is equally the same. So Veena has like the speed at which you have to transit is amazingly fast.
So there is one more element to this, Luigi. Is he not just a Veena player, but also a music composer?
He is interested in that at the moment, but because we came up till this point, can I reveal one point, sir, about his musical abilities?
Yeah, please. I think it is time enough.
Okay, so if you let's say give any song, the Yamuna Tati song from or any that kind of songs, he will be playing the song like not the true composition or the notes being given to him. So he can, like, if you give a song like Omana Penne from that Vinay Tandivarvaya, he'll be able to say what is the ragam back into it. So like that kind of ability to identify the raga by listening to the song, that is one of the amazing capability. Like, I mean, that's truly blessed, because there are like tons of different ragas and they're so overlapping to each other, right? Because everything in music, at least in Carnatic, is just the saptaswaras. So it's very hard to find out a raga phrase with Janya ragas and Janaka ragas. Everything is derived from same raga. So, but still he finds the raga at a perfect point. Like, okay, this song is of this raga.
Okay. But if we know, if now that we know he's a Veena player, can you connect Veena to 8th house somehow? Is it so spiritual?
Spiritual. Yeah, obviously. Because as I mentioned in the initial session as well, that is an upasana, because Nadopasana. So like how people do anything like pertaining to upasana, like meaning to get the Murtis, Tyagaraja Swami, Shama Shastri, and Muthuswami Dikshitar, all these people were in that salvation to get the final destination to buy music. So obviously music is one for.
So Saraswati Yoga, she carries a Saraswati, Saraswati carries a veena in her on her lap. So somehow it worked, right? The yoga works straight. Is he also teaching?
Certainly. He is my veena teacher.
Oh. And what is his profession?
Shall I reveal, sir, the full-time profession, or should we?
Full-time profession, I think people went around this way, that way, but most probably, if I feed this into my software, it'll automatically tell what he is. Okay, because I fed in rules, simple ideas, and it'll guide me that this person will be in the medical field.
Yeah, he's a doctor. Again, the third lord going into the 10th, and the third being hands. He's a surgeon. I can share some pictures as well. He has operated young children, like less than 5-10 years, with cerebral palsy. So he had people who have. He's an ophthalmologist. So people who have cysts around the eyes, very complex surgeries he have already been through.
An eye surgeon.
And and also he is with the government itself. So he works for government of Andhra Pradesh.
Oh, he's a government, staff,
Surgeon.
Government doctor.
Government staff. Yeah, he's a government doctor.
So in that paragraph in my software, it will say government, medical, pharma, healthcare, like that. It will say. Okay. That's interesting.
I think there is also Srinatha Yoga. Yeah.
What is that Srinatha Yoga, Gautam?
It literally, the result literally means singing the name of the God.
Oh, okay. Singing the name of God. Okay. But what is it? How do you define it? Srinatha Yoga.
Venus, Mercury, and the 9th Lord.
You bring in the 9th Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Kendra Trikona. Okay. But now I want to say how there's a lot of, if you say how often does these yogas happen? It'll happen, right? It's not that, but it doesn't produce every time Rohith's Veena teach, this doctor who's also Rohith's Veena guru. So whenever you talk about something about a yoga, you will not know the intensity of the yoga, but you'll just declare the yoga, right? So if you add in the dimension of the dignity of these grahas, then something very peculiar is there. Then from that, surely this yoga is going to stand out. Okay. So any yoga that you talk about Venus will become so strong because it is simply the 5th Lord, right? It's the 5th Lord. So then again, you say Saturn is in the 9th Lord, and it is Swakshetra, it is in Mula Trikona. So every yoga that you say, after mentioning the yoga, find the planets that are causing it, and then try to find out how much you can sing in praise of that planet. What can you say? You say, can you wow it? Wow. One more reason. So this one, that one. Like, why is he such a good doctor? Cerebral palsy, right?
Cerebral palsy. Yeah.
Okay. These things are cerebral itself is what? Sun. It is the sun. The brain is the sun. Anything that is the most important, like the sun in the solar system, everything is only all that you can connect to the sun. Now I understand, because Veena might be in classical music. Well, I'm just guessing. That's why Saraswati is carrying the Veena. And now when Rohith told me how difficult it is, then I understand that it could be the king of musical instruments. It's possible, right? Okay, well, I'll tell you about Veena. Whenever people are about to do something, ribbon cutting or something, I get to be invited, and then I'll say, "Can anybody play the Veena from the YouTube or something loud?" Usually, I used to mention only Veena and the flute together. Okay, wherever possible. Otherwise, simply Veena. Can you play that while the ribbon cutting happens? So now it all makes sense, right? Some of you said about spirituality. Veena is spiritual, right? Veena is spiritual. Oh, Gautam is copy pasting the yoga. Okay. That we can see. Isn't now if you go back to whatever you mentioned, everything fits, right? When you said theater, are we talking about even the operation theater?
Yeah.
And sun takes away all the disease, takes away all the, it's the vitality graha, puts you back on course, like vitamin D. You don't have vitamin D, you know what happens. So getting rid of all the fungus, the sun. If no light, fungus. Such a horrible, thing. Then sun exalted in 10th house, it gives name and fame, some achievements, right? That's what Brigu Sutra says.
Oh my God, he has so many achievements. Like he has innumerable uncountable number of gold medals in every single thing.
Gold medal. Gold itself is sun. Okay.
Yeah, he's a gold medalist from Andhra Medical College.
Okay.
And wow. Then he has tons of medals from paper publications. The Veena related also. He does concerts as well.
Okay.
Sir, one question from his side is about, if I may, like he's looking for he's looking to have kids. So just checking around, will this happen this year or the next year at least, within the upcoming months?
When did he enter Jupiter Mahadasha?
Yeah, it started in last year, March.
Can we have a look at Saptamsa? Jupiter, Lord of 5th in 3rd, Lagna Lord Jupiter in 7th.
7th.
Right? Nothing bad, right? Nothing bad in Saptamsa.
Yeah, but Lagna Lord entered into the barren sign, because this is the most barren sign.
Yeah, this is one of the, it is the barren sign.
Right.
The most barren is Virgo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then comes what you showed now, Mithuna.
Okay.
Gemini. Yeah.
Jupiter in Rashi chart is in Virgo.
See, basically, Rohith, let's admit, carrying a child is a lady's,
Yeah.
It's actually a lady's horoscope. It reveals more than the man's horoscope, but we will maybe by using dasha, antardashas, and looking at anybody's aspecting the 5th house, 5th lord, any connection, we can say.
Yeah, so 5th and Jupiter are connected in direct axis.
So here, that is a promise for children, but I'm saying now, as in the now, Jupiter is in Aries and looking at his 5th house. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
So we get one permission granted. Then, but Saturn is not yet with Venus, right? So might be Saturn looking at the 5th house isn't that one of the things needed? But Jupiter alone is enough. So he's going through Jupiter, and hopefully his wife's horoscope must also be supportive. And we'll hope for...
His wife is also a doctor, sir. She is a radiation oncologist.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
A love marriage happened? Is that it?
No. It's an arranged marriage.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No, it's okay. We'll try to learn JC Astro. Can you say, why did you guess it was a love marriage?
Fifth
No,
related.
seventh lord and fifth lord aspecting each other.
Okay. Maybe he loves his wife a lot. Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
It need not be a love marriage, but it just says there's so much love in the marriage.
Okay. Okay.
For ophthalmologist, we have the 12th house connection with along with the grahas being Sun, Moon, and Venus, and here all of them are exalted, and Moon especially in the 12th house with Ketu, which is the surgery.
Yeah.
The sun and the moon are the eyes in the sky.
Yes,
the
correct.
sun, the right eye, and moon, the left eye. They are so bright, and you can use that logic. But anyway, let's not break our heads on why a doctor specializes only in a particular way. I mean, that's not what we should do with astrology. But at least we know that's a karmic. Karma indicated so much that he will do, quite well in medicine. But had he tried to become, something in the government other than being a doctor, he could have also done it, but just that he didn't do it. Because we have a lot of horoscopes like IAS and IPS officers having the same kind of 10th house. Right?
Right, yeah.
It's
Because
possible
sun
he could
in
have.
10th.
See, that's a problem with astrology. Like you go off in one line, one path, and that path, as long as it fits the overall description, that's also all right. You can't be so specific. It will be like types of activities. Like every time he's playing on the veena, he's actually writing a song. I don't know how many of you can think about it like this. Right?
Yes, sir, because we need the proper swarasthanas.
Yeah,
Because
correct.
without swarasthanas, it's merely impossible. Because music itself is with the saptaswara, and then that composition needs to happen in the right direction, in the correct raga, in the correct talam, all the technicalities.
See, now, what is the possibility for a teacher, for a doctor in music and teaching music? What is the possibility? Very rare, right? So most of you got right. Rahul P says teaching, but he thought counseling. I will not discount this, because even if he's not, when he said teaching or counseling, we have to say both are correct, because as a doctor, he will end up counseling. Right? He will end up counseling. There is the teaching element in that. So I think Rahul, when he said, I think he was talking about Jupiter, I think. Right? So music came, entertainment career. But what stood tall was the sun. Okay, so it's typically, I think, in this case.
What about the properties, Rohith? I had mentioned something that he has a lot of luck with properties, or must be owning properties.
I mean, nothing inherited. Everything he has purchased with all his.
That's what I'm saying. He has properties. I didn't mention about his.
He has properties, meaning he had his own.
The 410 is there. That's the reason why.
By the time he finishes his life, he would have, got a lot of land and property.
Yes. He's a man who has earned self-earned wealth. So obviously, even the properties are going to be self-earned.
The very fact that he's got the third lord in the 10th, that itself is so much success, right? If anybody is going to ask you how successful a person would be, please look out for third house stuff only, always. Okay.
I was about to say entrepreneur.
Even if you say entrepreneur, is not bad. Why? It's not a mistake, because he will end up doing a lot of things. So when you become so successful in your job, you will become almost like an entrepreneur or a businessman. You are not anymore you're under the grip of, you'll have to report to somebody. There is a big boss waiting, and you have to stand there with folded hands. Third lord in the 10th is, I am in charge. Okay, something like that. So even in the hospital, I'm sure he will dominate.
Yeah, I mean, because he is a surgeon, so generally, I think Mardini's question, he has no siblings, unfortunately.
In which case, that will fulfill, Mardini got it right when he says he's the eldest, right? Oh, That is, he's the eldest amongst brothers.
Between his brothers.
No. What he meant, I think, is he's the eldest.
Yeah,
I think
he's the eldest.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
the
eldest.
first part is right. Yeah.
Yeah, that first part is correct. Because he doesn't have anybody else. Okay.
And he was actually trying to immigrate as well, sir, like to Canada or like to the States, but it's so hard to get the certification or the practice started here.
Oh.
And then he decided to end up with government job there.
Hmm. So the dashas in front, Guru, Saturn, Mercury, they're all fine, right? Anything else before we wind up? I think we had a wonderful session.
If another point to be mentioned about the doctor profession is the sixth lord in the Lagna or in the first house. Mars in the first house.
Okay, surgeon. Okay.
Surgeon.
Mars,
Also the
lord of sixth in Lagna.
Yes.
The period he went through, I mean, during his college, I mean, main part of his life was Rahu Dasha, where he got into this profession, and Rahu is sitting in the sixth house.
Yeah, Rahu, I think 2010 he started. So it was after Rahu Saturn, like during Rahu Mercury, he started medical college. And 2015 it got completed, and 16 he went into the master's MS for the surgery, and that was in the Sun period.
You see, when Sage Bhrigu mentions that Sun in the 10th, you will have extraordinary educational achievements at the age of 18. And that becomes the first line, right? Under Sun in the 10th. Now, if something is made, if you find this condition applying in a horoscope, on top of that, you say, like a sun so strong, exalted, my God, it's standing out. It is like leaping forward from all other planets. It's trying to tell something. So that sun in the 10th becomes the third lord also. So all these things, you have to say the 18th year is a turning point, but I don't know what happened in the 18th year. But usually, common sense approach, normally we'll be in college, right? Something.
Yeah, 18th year he started the medicine.
So that will, if in this case we connect the sun to medicine itself, it's like he was destined, so strong, so much of fate was there. The fate was so intense that he must become a doctor. And now we get the idea that he's a sun doctor, which is eye doctor, right?
Yeah.
There's no eyesight without sunlight, right? You can say I can use torch, but if there's no sun, there won't be a torch also here. Okay. So this vision, you look at sun in the first house. Sun in the first house, netra rogi. So there's some problem is happening with the sun. So you can look at sun's role in vision. When I looked into the eye, the retina, like you have pictures on the internet, you will feel like it is like the sun itself. You will feel like it is the sun. Okay. So, of course, this is all hindsight, but generally you say that 18th year, he will do something. So here is the fundamental idea in astrology that if let's say you mention a yoga, try to break it up into smaller parts and look at the planets contributing the yoga. Can you say something more about that planet? If you can say more about that planet, you have to be like 100% sure that this yoga is going to work. Okay. You want to guess when he could have married? Anybody wants to guess when he might have married? Maybe. Or this
Rahu Sun.
Now, can you display just the dasha, Vimshatri, and then try to, which one could be?
Rahu Sun, is it correct?
No. Not. It's okay. You can type it out. Gautam, you can type if you want to say Rahu Sun.
Rahu Sun, he was just.
No. It's not like that.
25.
What you do, Gautam? Why did you say Rahu? And why would I not say Rahu? Can anybody say why you will not say Rahu?
Because in Navamsa, Rahu is in 8th.
One more.
Which is-
Bigger than that.
What was the question, Guruji?
No, I'm saying the only common sense logic, either Rahu Dasha marriage must have happened or Guru Dasha. Okay, one of them, right? That's common sense. Now, I would start off by saying most probably it will not give it in Rahu. And why? But you can't be sure, okay? I want to admit that. Because sometimes in a marriage that is destined to fail in the future, marriage will happen in Rahu itself. The person will get married in Rahu Dasha and then it will lead to a divorce. I think by now you said it is in 6-8,
Navamsa.
8th house on Navamsha, but Lagna, Rahu is Nicha, debilitated in the 6th house. So if, as a part of advising in astrology, if this person has come to me 10 years back, I'll say, don't ever get married in Rahu Dasha. Because we don't know what's going to happen. Okay?
Sir, from Moon to 7th house Rahu posted, can you consider that Rahu will give marriage?
See, most of astrology, if I remove the Lagna, whatever we discussed so far, from top to bottom in the chat, all these 1.5 hours of discussion, none of the statements can come. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So the ultimate is only Lagna, but why the moon became so popular also, there is some truth in it. Not that Parashara is discounting completely the moon, saying, no, don't use moon at all. He has mentioned in some places moon. But the book is predominantly Lagna based. All of astrology, 95%, I will not say 99.99, 95% is based on just the Lagna.
Okay.
If you take away the Lagna, but in a reading, it's different. When you're having a client in front of you and you have a lot of negative things to say from Lagna, you say, don't worry. Because we'll become counselors. We'll become like motivational, lecturer. No, don't worry. Who told you it's bad? No. Look at from moon. It's good. Like that we can say. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Now, if I say Guru is better poised simply because he's Lord of 7th, simple rule, B.V. Raman's rule. When will a person get married? In the Dasha of the Lord of the 7th or the planet placed in 7th, something like that.
Yeah, you would
I'm
have
not
married.
saying,
Yes, sir. But like you said, in Jupiter only you would have married because the 7th Lord Dasa in Navamsa. So
yeah. So like that, now from Lagna, from Navamsha, the Lord of the 7th is Jupiter, then most probably it should have been Jupiter. So if you do a statistical study on marriages, whatever we said, everything will be true. And if you think no, they cannot have married in Rahu, wrong, because if some other planetary position was there indicating failed marriage, in which case they will marry only in the wrong time. Well, the same statement that is so popular in Kerala, Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. Every single person in Kerala knows that. So in bad times, the person will desire to marry. That is for those for whom the marriage is going to fail. But when marriage is going to succeed, it won't be the 6th house Dasha or Antardasha. At least. Okay, so we can say Rahu better not get married. And then I think somebody is trying to fine tune up to what this is Sukshma. My God, that's too much.
Yeah, this is the time when he got married. Like the Jupiter Mahadasha, Jupiter Antardasha, and Jupiter Pratyantar.
Oh my God. And don't tell me he got married in Sukshma of Jupiter.
He's also in Sukshma. No, Sukshma. It's not in Sukshma, but
okay. Up to that level. Up to Pratyantar.
Yeah, Jupiter, Saturn, Sukshma Antardasha, he got married.
See, I think Jupiter did it because the Lagna is the same in Rashi and Navamsha.
Yeah.
So whenever you find a repetition between Rashi and Navamsa, try to find out, try to give a lot of importance to that. Okay, please give a lot of importance to that. I think we had a good discussion, right? What do you think, Rohith?
Yeah, for sure, sir. It was a nice discussion.
Guruji, did we look at the Vimshopak strength?
Vimshopaka, you want? Yeah, you can. I think Jagannath
Mine is showing Sun's Vimshopak way above the charts.
Oh, it's standing so tall, is it? Okay.
It's like a building so tall.
But here it shows 13.3 Mars is very high. Probably.
Mine it shows 19.
Wow.
So,
And Mars is just
write?
No, I'll give you a simple idea. Just go to 16 charts, just for that.
Yeah, 16 charts.
You just go to 16 chart and just run your eyes through how many places Sun is in. Forget the Bhava. Just have a quick glance. Where is the Sun in every chart? Sun is in Swakshetra and Drekana. In Dvasamsa, it is in Leo, Swakshetra. Sun is in Sashtyamsa, okay, in enemy's house, but Sun is in Dashamsa, okay. Sun is in Mars house, Vimsamsa. Sun is in Moon's Venus place. Sun, okay, this is not the Hora, anyway. So, okay, I think 13 or 14 might be correct, I think. I'm just guessing. Maybe Sri Jyoti.
In Sri Jyoti, Guruji, two things actually give away or give strongly the significations of this person. One is this combination
in this case,
of
Rohith, can you stop sharing and maybe Kishorji will help us now that he has something to say.
This one thing I wanted to show was this house and lord strength. And let me show this. Just 1 sec. Share screen. Yeah. This is again.
Who are the newcomers to the Patreon group? Anybody joined just in 1 week's time? Parameshwar joined.
Right? Are we able to see this Sri Jyoti of mine, Guruji?
Yes, definitely.
If you look at this MC, medium Koli or the 10th house, this is so tall, 917. And then if you look at the 3rd house of efforts, Parakram, 852.
Wow.
These are so huge. And then the 7th house of public connections, again, the 3rd thing is coming so huge. And then the 12th house of hospital.
Okay.
Luckily, he's working as a doctor. That would be in a negative way. But since he's a doctor, this also seems to be helping him a lot.
Oh, so
1,
3
2, 3.
3 and 10 so strong.
3, 10 strong, 7 and 12 also strong. 12 became his actual profession, right? The doctor.
Oh, the accuracy of his fingers on the veena and on the surgery. Both right. Standing. Okay.
Yeah. And then the other chart which I wanted to show you was here. Just 1 sec.
So I will keep an eye always on
here, Guruji, this one.
Bala.
This Vimshopak for Shadvargas. 19 for Sun, and look at the other grahas.
Oh.
So Moon is 14, this is 19. Moon is more for that healer thing. So he heals not only by his profession, also by his music. Venus is once again the guru of the higher knowledge, more like a healing sort of a tendency, because he is the one who gives Sanjeevani. This is 16.
Okay.
And Saturn being the Karma Karak, he's got this 15, which is in a positive way if you take it. It's transforming people's lives.
Okay.
This itself, the sun of the power of 19 for the sun is a huge thing that shows that he is having his efforts are very high. He's never sitting still. And then we see this debilitation, cancellation of Mars, debilitation, cancellation of Mercury, Parivartana between Jupiter and Mercury. So all these things are really good. So it's a good chart.
Yeah. And I think
one question
Rohith, we didn't notice Mardini saying that the sun in Ashwini Nakshatra, right? Ashwini Kumaras are connected to medical.
Healing.
So, healing. Okay. So we have one more reason, right?
Medical.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice chart. Very nice chart.
Thank you so much, Kishore. It's a great word. And if you don't mind asking, sir, one thing, generally, like Mercury is related to brain or neuro related. Is Sun related to that or Mercury?
Mercury, surely. See, you know what is Mercury? Whatever carries the signal is Mercury. Our mobile phone is Mercury. Okay.
Right.
So it's simple. If you have Mercury affliction, you can definitely expect nervous problems. Okay,
Yeah.
nerve related. So Mercury is definitely the nerves planet.
Okay.
That's why Mercury is so difficult to gauge Mercury, because we take it very lightly. Like, okay, it's a small planet. I mean, it's the smallest one. But in terms of even astrology, we tend to ignore it. It's not so big, like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. But Mercury seems to be one of the most important things. And unfortunately, in Ayurvedic terms, it is all the three doshas. It will switch sides between Vata, Kapha and Pitta. So you can't know for sure what it is. And depending upon, so Mercury could be, I mean, okay, generally say anything to do with communication. And from that, you say what communicates in the body. It's the nerves. Okay.
Sir, even Mercury is in the 10th. So why didn't he turn up to be a neural doctor or something related to brain? But why did he come to eyes? Is it because of the strength of the sun?
No. I think from a if you look at astrology, it's not so easy. Is that there's no need for us to always find the astrological reasons for every little thing. Okay, we'll be happy to say that is a great doctor, and he has got the due to the accuracy of what his fingers are capable of doing, he will do very well. But then Akshaya Tritiya, I always used to connect it to the eyes. Whenever I spoke about Akshaya Tritiya, I used to tell people, you know what is so special about Akshaya Tritiya? The two eyes in our world, as seen from Earth, the biggest ones, is actually exalted today. The two eyes in the sky. Okay, that's what how I always used to say about sun and the moon. And whenever you see sun, I even drew two eyes on, to make it look like you're looking at a face. So I have the two sun and the moon like this, and then I put eyebrows on top and now look at sun and the moon. This is the eyebrow. And that's my way of remembering things. Okay. So it's okay. Should we really specialize? In the good old days, what would the person have been? Maybe he would have been an all-round doctor, maybe special interest in taking care of the brain or the eyes. Okay.
Also, magically, the participants also are like 19, which is like 10. Again, that is also 1.
Oh, is it the same number for a long time? I didn't notice. Okay.
Oh, yeah, just one participant left. So it is like 19 for some time.
Okay, now only left. Okay, just because. Yeah, it's okay.
No, that is one specialization that it's going to be difficult for astrologers, Guruji, because to find whether he's going to be a doctor, that takes some nuances. To find what specialization he's going to do will be a different branch of astrology.
No, Kishorji. What's the point? If somebody is going to ask, you just say he'll be a very good doctor. If he becomes a doctor, and after that, why should we be so specific?
No, Guruji, nowadays it's a burning question actually, because after doing
I'll tell you why, Kishore. Now, of course, you can definitely say, but it will all start from the person has to say, I want to become an ophthalmologist. If he says, I would say, yes, why can't he become? That's all. It's not that what he become.
It wasn't as easy as this, Guruji. I mean, one of my the known persons asking me which branch should I specialize in, and she gave me 3-4 options. Okay. So I'm wondering what to do.
No, you always give a wrong guidance. No. You always say once they are successful, okay, once they are to be successful, they will get into the chosen line. Or whatever is greatest advantage for them, they will get into it. So the easiest way is to say in your mind, you will know it very soon because they will become that. Okay, so the easy way is to say, out of this, which one do you like more? Because astrology will always match up, your karma will always match up with your passion. If you are successful. If you are not successful, it will be just the opposite. You will pick up the wrong choice, and then that's the way to become unsuccessful. Do you understand what I'm saying? To become unsuccessful, I will choose that. Matching that. But if I have to become successful, I will choose the right thing. So once you estimate that this horoscope is going to be successful, you say, I've ended many consultations like this. Don't worry, your son will take care of himself. Just leave him alone. He will do it.
Go with the flow, right? You're talking
Yeah,
about
I thought you would tell what. Anyway, you're going to come to, no, he's been talking about, you see, recently in a consultation, I said, I was struggling to connect Venus and Saturn. Okay. So I was just thinking whether I should say vehicle, mechanical engineering, this one, I was going back and forth between Venus and Saturn. There are a lot of engineering aspects to the horoscope, but the boy is so small. He's a young boy, okay, in his maybe just the beginning of his teenage side. So then I asked him a question. Is he crazy after cars? Okay. Is he talking about cars? Oh, he knows every car by the time he was 3-year-old. And he only talks about cars. That's all. Enough. Game over. Don't waste time after that. No. I think maybe this one, that one. Maybe sometimes you find, even those who are in the, connected to the airline, the flights, all of them also will have Venus and Saturn connections. So it's the other way around. A person comes to me and says, I want to become a pilot. Then when I see the Saturn so strong, I'll simply say yes, because already he's asking the question and then we are getting an S from the astrology chart. At least that is okay. But suppose the same man comes to me, I'm telling you frankly, I'm 30 years a professional astrologer. If he comes and asks me, I want to write the IAS exam, I'll say, please write. And if he writes, he'll pass. I want to tell you that. Okay. That, what will you become? Because there's only one choice, right? You can't become everything. So this guy will take this path, that person will take that path. But in all that, they'll be like kings. The common thread will be there. How to understand this is, do you think this chart wouldn't have existed 1,000 years back? Do you think the planets would never have come here? Even at that time, the person would be something to do with medicine only. But will he do the same thing that what the current doctor is doing? He can't. Because it's not possible, right? So 100 years later, 200 years later, 500 years later, what we will do with this same chart, slight difference will be, but the core things in this will not change. All these people will get married. If it is a happy marriage, they will get married in Jupiter Dasha. Unhappy marriage, they'll get married in Rahu Dasha. So it will change accordingly. So don't break your head on all the small things in astrology, because this is not karma. Okay. If you go through Parashara Horashastra or any of these things, do we find those lines stating he will be an eye surgeon? We don't have. So we'll have to only derive it. And after that, it is our intelligence, our logics. Can I see? Look at all the people who contributed. Slowly, they're coming around that point. Bit by bit, they're coming closer and closer. Somehow they're getting there. And look at now. You rewind and see what was the statements made by people. They're all perfectly all right? Most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how astrology works, and that is enough. That is enough for us. So 5 and 9 authorship is actually, for me, every time he plays music, he's writing something. Okay, he's writing something. So what you write becomes a song, right? And then somebody plays music on it. So where does it change? It's all the same. What they write becomes a movie. Okay? What they write as a song, it becomes as a song itself. Or somebody, I think even in music, they write, right? They write music. So they write music and then play it. There's a lot of writing in it.
Yeah, there is like these swaras are like first.
Yeah, you will write, right?
They compose the raga first.
Yeah.
Raga, what talam and tempo. So
it's almost writing only. It's almost writing. Yeah.
Guruji, can we go so far to say he would also be composing and creating music?
I'll say yes to any of these questions. I'll even say he might get an award from the government for music.
Because of the sun connection.
Yeah. Most of whatever we said today, everything will happen in the next. Okay. Rohith will be there and all of you will be there and you can guess. I don't know if I'll live that long to say what are the achievements that he will go through. Okay.
So Guruji, this person's father had come to you with the chart asking for guidance. If his father was, let's say, an IAS officer, would we have said, okay, because 10th in sun, sun in 10th,
I will say that
follow IAS.
Varman, yes, I will say that. Yes.
So then, what? Unless the boy says, no, I want to become a doctor, then give permission.
It is my statement, right, that he will become. Okay. But what will he become is already there.
Okay.
I didn't get it right. You can say we didn't get it right, you can say, but we are still right in a way that I'm only talking about superlatives for this person.
Okay.
And now look at our guy, Rohith, saying so much of medals he's got. I don't have a single medal in my education. Okay. I was actually a backbencher. So it is different for all of us. It is different.
So then in that case, our thing can go also wrong. So we could have guided him saying go for IAS, but he could have still ended up studying for doctor. And
yeah, no, but that is the difference between me and other astrologers is that I will tell of all of them. I won't say only this.
Okay.
I know the limitations of astrology. I'll say this, all of this he can become. Then they'll say, no, you're saying so many things. It's okay. Even if I say so many things. But I'm not saying some other profession, right? I'm only telling the son's profession.
Son's profession.
Yeah, son. And what happens in this example you said, the father was an IAS. What if the father is a doctor?
Then naturally a doctor will
Then
go.
naturally doctor, because son strong, son influencing career means following father. Following what the father did. Okay. It's an advantage. It's an advantage to follow the father. And most of the times I noticed it was because I remember 15 years back, a guy came and he spoke so much hate about his father. Very bad. My father is used even abusive language. The top class politician, very big name in Tamil Nadu. And he told me, I will never get into that. He used the word, what is that? In Tamil, it will be like, for Sakada, what do you say? A sewage.
Sure.
Okay. I will not get into that sewage. I just smiled at him and said, all this is not going to happen. You are going to get into that. So don't call it sewage. Try to try to clean up the sewage and make it all right. Okay. So don't ask me any further questions about who the person is and etc. because we are all in Tamil Nadu. Now, after so many years, slowly he drifted towards that. Okay. Now you don't ask me whether he's still in the sewage or what. Okay. Don't ask me any of those questions. But you see how this works. I'm so adamant. No. I know your father so big and your son is so strong. You will surely become a politician. No way out. And you will do what your father did. Not just the political, but he had some other activities. He's doing all of that right now. So this is astrology. And this is the limitation of astrology. I will shock you with a statement. Varamira. If there are no planets in the 10th house, and if the Lord of the 10th has gone into Navamsha, this sign, he says this, comma. They're all different. Now, please go and ask Varamira, out of this, which one is he going to become? Do you understand what I'm saying? Actually, it is the other way around. You better become this is the correct way of saying, telling something. You better become that. Huh?
Sir, also to add, both his parents are government employees.
You see that? We'll never go wrong. So that is astrology. Okay. Now, Rohith adds one more fact that both his parents are father, mother are both government people. So at least I'll say
Father
both of you
works
are
for a bank, and mother works for Indian Railways. She's a pharmacy related.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, again I'll say parents things, father. Again and again it will work. So now taking the same example, Varman, because you asked this question, it will be it will give a lot of clarity to others. If the same horoscope has like 10 horoscopes, the sun so strong in the 10th. Person A, father is doctor. He becomes doctor. Person B, father is politician. He becomes politician. Person 3, like that. Now you see the same combination is given different things. Does it not allow? And we don't know what is the logic for Maharishi Sri Varamira to say wool, comma medicine, comma gold, and like this. He changes. I don't know what is the connection between wool and sun. Anybody can guess what is wool? Maybe I think if you wear wool, it fights against the cold of Saturn. Okay. That's how I thought about it. So in one, there will be many, but some people will get into one of the activities of that planet. So it is usually question driven. Can I become? Or we will ask for signs. When you notice your child, see, I had a confusion whether the person will become a cook. And then I said, is he spending so much time on watching YouTube videos where they're showing, some competitions happening in the, what do you call that? The chef, master chef, oh my God, he's only doing that all the time. And I say, please allow him to pursue that. So most of us will actually land up where we have to, but that rule works this idea works only when you're destined to be great. If you're not destined to be great, and if you if you're destined to be a failure, you will pick up the wrong things. Like how I picked up so many wrong things. Okay. It can happen to everybody. It's not that even that will be shown by the chart. Do you think my horoscope will show that I'm a botany student? Will it show? But I did it for 5 years. I told you, right? We'll do a lot of things. But there is something where we will never succeed, no matter what you do. Okay?
So, but we'll have to stick to the idea related to that. Like you said, if this doctor came to you now and said, can I write IAS? You would still say, go ahead and write it.
I will say, and that is the reason why so many doctors are IAS officers also. Because he must be having this combination. So many of them.
Education and IAS is like so unrelated, because there are people who are into economics and get into IAS, or people into mechanical engineering, medicine. Like education has totally has no relevance to the administrator, like civil services in India.
There's a veterinary doctor in Tamil Nadu who became an IAS officer, right? So there's one more medical doctor who's a student in our sessions, but she didn't come today. Okay. So it's very easy for them because it's the same planet. So those who are having Jupiter and Mercury so strongly connected, they will all pick up astrology so easily. And what are they? They're basically good at analysis, numbers, and all this calculation business. So it is just an extension of that is astrology. That's all. If you think that all the people having this will become astrologers, you will be wrong. But something about that will be true. Something in a very general way, it will be true. But okay, if you say, then are we not trying to get very specific with astrology? Are we going to not perfect it? We can always try. Okay. If you have 100 horoscopes of eye doctors, eye specialists, I'm sure a class like this can find out the pattern. Okay. You can. But for me, I'm happy that the sun itself is the eyes. Right? Because the first line in Bhrigu Sutra, Netra Rogi, sun in Lagna, it hurts the eyes. Pitta hurts the eyes. Because sun is a Pitta Graha. Shall we end? Are we not? Is it not getting late?
I wish Mars
Sir,
was
I have.
exalted or Swakshetra Guru. I wish Mars was exalted or Swakshetra so that he can become a chess player also, a grandmaster, super grandmaster.
Can you stop sharing the screen? I will show a screen and we'll wrap it up. Okay.
Sure, sir. Mars was strong in Shatbala.
Mars was Shatbala strong, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, but that Nietzsche Mars is not favorable for chess players at least. Maybe it can do a Nietzsche Banga and then it can give him
I'm now going to share a screen where you're going to see the sun. Okay. So bright. You're going to see the sun. Just watch the sun. The sun here, where I keep the mouse pointer. So similar it is, right?
So there was this question that I asked Guruji about the specialization and why this person became an eye doctor. At that time, I was just looking at the Vimshupak strength, and moon and sun both had the highest.
Yeah, for you, Sri Jyoti helped you by raising the score of Vimshupaka. But the first time I saw these retina images, I was just thinking, am I looking at the sun? Just imagine, you must try to study about the evolution of the eye. Does anybody know about the problem with the evolution of the eye? Anybody?
It starts by detecting the light window. The most fundamental.
No. If something develops over the years in evolution, how will the first eye be?
Just a dot, maybe.
For so many, so the animal cannot see anything, right? So these are all mysteries. Nobody has answers. So you get an organ which can't function properly, and you want to say it evolves over time to become a perfect eye. So there is a problem. So we'll have to accept that God created all this immediately at one shot. So evolution, so difficult to understand. Whereas if I say small finger growing big, larger and larger, becoming bigger over the thousands of years, it's okay. I can understand. With a small finger also, I can do certain things and it get longer, or short people becoming taller. So many things. These are all easy to understand. Small wings becoming bigger and bigger. But the first wing, you can't fly. It will be very small, right? Then how will it come onto the body when it is not going to fly? And so the mother will tell the chicken, wait, 1 million years later, you will be able to fly a little bit. Right now, these wings, small feathers are coming onto your body, not for you to fly, but after so many millions of years, your descendants will fly. So that is the riddle in evolution theory. So if you make a camera first time, will you get a photo from it? No, you won't?
It has to.
You'll take a photo? First
Yes,
itself.
it has. Yes.
Just imagine manufacturers made cameras where you can't take a photo, but he will say down the line, 100 years later, they'll perfect this gadget. The first flight flies, right, brothers? It flies. Then they make it different. Every year, it gets better and better. But the first eye, like this, you can go on with this, okay? But the eye is a problem because you can't see at all. Then they say, no, there would have been little light. And from that light, it might sense something. It's possible, but these are all things that we will never, will not be able to fill up the gap. Fill in the blank, sorry. So we'll simply say, no, like an inventor invented it at one shot, and maybe later it evolved. So now people are thinking God made it once, and after that it is evolving. Like when Newton said everything is in a state of motion, then Newton also asked who gave it the first push. if everything is in a state of motion. Okay. Anyway, we are going off the subject. So we'll call it a day and we'll come back next Friday, 8 p.m.
Sir, one last question, if you don't mind. Any remedies that you suggest?
For whom?
Just for him. He has no problems at the moment, but any remedies that you wanted to just so that I can pass to him.
So hard to find out a weakness in this chart.
Sir, isn't it like this person will have like addictions, but maybe the addictions turned out into good for him? Having
Okay.
like a moon in 12th house, like maybe he is addicted to play Veena and addicted to do his work.
Yeah, he's certainly workaholic, very, very busy. He hardly finds time for any other activities.
In Professor Krishnamurthy's book, KP System, though KP System has something else, but he did mention in his third reader, if the second lord is in the 12th, the person can also become a doctor. Anybody wants to say why?
Income from 12th house.
Income from 12th house. That's what he said. Okay. So the problem is you have to first get into that groove. On what track are you going? Once you get into that groove, then all the small things you fit in, everything will work. You have to get in there first. But if you go into the wrong path and then try to bring everything together, you will be completely, on a different, completely misled. There's a possibility of these things. Because second lord in the 12th could be many things, right? So even 11th lord in the second, like somebody said 6th lord in the second, Roga and income connected. Okay. But then Mars goes into the Lagna, Labadhipati sits in Lagna and aspects the 8th house of surgery. Fine. So that is because you now know the background. But even without knowing the background, if it's not easy because it is like actually it is just complex searching for a needle in a haystack. We'll have to spend a lot of time figuring this out. Look at all in the chat how much knowledge has been downloaded. Okay, so this is how and then by seeing horoscope so many times, you will suddenly get the feeling, and that is what B.V. Raman always mentions as intuition. It will guide you. Okay.
Guruji,
Yes.
in which year he got married?
He got married in Guru. What was the year? Rohith? You got married in Jupiter, right?
2022. Yeah, 2022, sir. April 15th of 2022.
Okay. He's given the date also.
Yeah, I know the date.
Okay.
So one small takeaway for me, Guruji. So planets going to the 12th house is good, but not the 12th house going into, like a lot of the 12th going into different houses is not good.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. In this case, the graha itself became exalted, right? It's an exalted second lord in 12th. So when you have exalted means it is something nice about the second lord in the 12th will happen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
if it is having some other problem, then maybe the bad of the second lord in the 12th will happen. The bad side. So you have to be very careful with these things. But if you look at planetary, the language of planets, within the same condition, the combination itself, Parashara or even Sage Bhrigu or any Rishi for that matter, they give you different statements, right? So what does that mean? You have to be very smart in picking it up. What does it actually mean? Second lord in the 12th, one of the things I think Parashara says is, what is the word? Adventurous. Right? Adventurous. those who have this adventuring mind, they find out a lot. Only if you have the spirit of adventure, taking risk. So now, because we know he's a doctor, you are saying second Lord in the 12th hospital, second is income, and so on. Otherwise, it may be difficult. Let's admit it. Okay, so don't feel bad that you're not able to get these answers straight. But certain fundamental things, please try to, maintain. Memorize. I'll give you a simple idea. In Bhrigu never forget the first line. Never forget the first line. And in BPHS, always give a lot of importance to the judgment of houses 1 to 12 before he speaks about Lagna Lord in different houses. Okay. I heard a Tamil Nadu astrologer saying the Lagna Lord in different houses doesn't work at all. Just imagine making a statement like that. Parashara's Lagna Lord in different, house lords in different houses doesn't work. It's our failure to understand it. And maybe we never use the Bhava chart, and that may be the reason why we are getting not so perfect answers. Okay. See, I can say, Rohith, for one prediction, I think he will perform his music at a very big level once. Maybe if you break your head, break your head on Dasha and Antardasha, you might even able to figure out when that's going to happen. But that we'll do some other time. Maybe we can use Atma Karaka and Charadasa and try to fit in with Vimshotri. All that we can do. Okay. But I'm saying there will be an event in his life that along with the music, there'll be something very dramatic at the government level.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great thing, sir, because he is very passionate about music as well.
It will come. And there'll also be more awards at a very high level, some special titles given by the government, even in the medical field. Yeah. Fine?
Oh, yeah, I think because if he continues with the government, for sure he will receive the... And from charity also, I do not find anything else to do, sir, because like they say the doctor is equivalent to Lord Vishnu. In Sanskrit, there is a saying. So, and he is like doing it as a profession, but he's still not charging anything because he's a government doctor.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of doing his duties, but it is he is like fully dedicated to that charity as well. Like kind of the patients and the level of patients that he sees most of them are from a very backward areas, very poor people, because people who come to government hospitals are generally not that who can afford private care. So I mean, I don't know if there's anything else other than that as a charity.
Hari says, supporting what you said, seconding what you said, Vaidyo Narayano
Hari.
Okay. That's why the sun is also called, noble, right? Though we call sun actually sun is Sattvic Graha, you know that. Maybe it's malefic, natural malefic, but it's still Sattvic and so much godly.
Nice. Yeah. I feel I have done some virtues in my past lives to get that kind of a guru.
Yeah. Bhava, Kiran says, Bhava should we always consider Bhava Madhya or Bhava Aramba? No, Bhava Madhya is when the Graha is sure to give the Bhava shift results, or the Bhava effect itself will be so sure. So that's the problem with Bhava shifting in the Bhava chart, because if it was just at the end of a Bhava, Antya, Bhava Antya, or Bhava Aramba, it's not that strong to give a result. Okay, we have some issues with that. You can be very sure about a result if it is Bhava Madhya. Or it's not about sure, it is how intense something will be, right?
Sir, I
Intense.
think if I may, the question I am trying to ask is, we consider Lagna degree as the start of a bhava and we create a chart, right?
No,
So
no,
that
no,
is
no.
bhava.
Lagna degree is
No.
not the start of a bhava. Lagna degree is the middle of a bhava.
Oh, okay, sir. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah,
Thank
it is
you.
the middle. Okay. Okay, just so that you will never forget what I'm going to tell you now is I once read a horoscope of somebody having sun in the 5th. Okay. There were other doshas to the father angle. So I developed that, and then I said, when this child was 7-year-old, the father must have gone through hell-like trouble, like that, some nightmare or extremely unfortunate year when this boy was 7-year-old. I didn't tell all the possibilities because I didn't want to upset them with so much of negative statements. So, but then the mother said his father passed away. Sun in the 5th. Okay. Now, if you do a research on sun in the 5th, everybody's father passes away at 7? No. I say, then why can't we be so perfect in astrology? The Maharishi says, Bhrigu, in Bhrigu Sutra says, may face death or some kind of serious setbacks. But there are others who said, that's why I play safe. I will not say death. But there was a false case foisted upon him and my father went to jail, for which he never committed at all. I mean, he didn't do that, but somehow he was set up and framed. So you get varieties. But this death thing, the moment it happened, I mean, when they told me that the father passed away in his 7th, when he was 7-year-old, I just looked at the degree of Lagna is the same as sun's degree. It is in Bhava Madhya. Then sun had some other problem, which I'm not able to recollect today. Okay. So then, like this, I've been noticing that as much as they get so perfectly in the middle, it will tend to repeat in divisional charts also. Please experiment with it. One day we'll have a session on that. How things repeat if it is in Bhava Madhya. Okay. So, Bhava Madhya Grahas are something special. Wait, Hari says something. True, in my case, second lord in 12th, taking risk. Okay, that was something else before it. So, if you want exactness in astrology, it is a range of possibility. You can't be exact in everybody's chart. The reason. Everybody's chart doesn't have these exact combinations. That's why. If it is so perfectly like everybody's chart is like Bhava Madhya and this and that, so clear cut, then you say, yes, this is going to happen. But it's not like that. It is on the border. The planet is so and so, 50-50, not strong, not weak. You won't be able to say anything dramatic. That's why when I was a beginner in astrology, what I did was I studied only extremes amongst human beings, extreme cases, born physically challenged, never seen a doctor. If I say lawyer or judicial, no, only judge. Actor must be a superstar. I won't study ordinary actors. The ordinary actors or ordinary anybody, they will not have all these things so strong. You think all the doctors you meet have the same type of sun? No. There was a doctor who kept following me on YouTube, and finally we connected. And without even asking anything, I just blindly told him, you are having sun in the 10th so strong. He said sun is in the 10th exalted. He has performed, when I spoke to him first time, he said, I performed more than 1,500 surgeries.
Is he also a government doctor, sir?
No, he's not a government doctor, but he's a big time, so that the entire hospital is entrusted to him.
Oh, okay.
When you say government, that kingly thing comes into the play, the kingly part of the sun. So he's not a government doctor, but he first started off with government, but then it was, because of his expertise, people grabbed him, and then slowly something happened. And then the guy who said, I'll open a complete new entire hospital only for you. Okay. So these are, so don't take literally government all the time. It will be big names. If Sun is so strong, people can be holding a high position in Google or Amazon. It doesn't need to be like, it has to be a medical field. Sun, extremely powerful, will be like number one.
Large organization.
Yeah, no, number one, not just ordinary multinational companies. It will be big. It will be really big. And in the nation, the government is a big thing. In Tamil Nadu, marriage, he's a government person. He's in a government job. I want to give my daughter to that guy and not to the guy, the other guy. So government jobs are so much preferred. Okay. But then if the Sun thing goes up and up, then they'll go to higher positions like we did last week, right? IAS officer, where he had no clue that he's going to become an IAS officer. Now that is something else. When you don't even have a clue and not inclined. But then the person was also doing well in his studies. He stood first. He was a gold medalist. Everything is still the same. Okay. I think enough. It's already, every time we say we'll end in 1 hour, but we never end in 1 hour. And it's all because none of you are dropping off. Okay. The 18 people stuck to the last. And
sir, one final question, sir. So in Shadbala, how much you say that the Sun is very strong?
No, it's like, halfway through 50-50. What predictions can you give? So at least we want it to be 3/4 above, like a quarter above the middle point. So at least 15, like what do you call that? 75%. But then if something is like this tall and different, then that Shadbala is quite different. Okay.
So I have a question. Why Sun in the 5th house, sir? You said 7th year.
I don't know. I should ask. I should ask Sage Bhrigu.
My question was, can you explain the logic actually, the Sun and the 7?
No.
If it is there.
Yeah, there is no way. I don't know. People said something else. You can put Sun in the 7th and calculate one. I don't know. Okay. Whatever logics you use, you can't find Sun in the 5th matching up with 7. Okay.
Okay.
I think there was some logic to it, but I want to tell you one thing. Don't expect a logic.
Okay.
Don't expect a logic.
Okay.
If the logic is there, okay, grab it, learn from it. But otherwise, you will not get logic. That way, astrology itself will be so illogical, right? Why would you relate the Sun in the sky to a medical doctor here? How illogical that is.
Yeah, because after you said, I know one child's chart, a relative who had Sun in the 5th, but that child's father, after the child's 8th birthday, had a big surgery.
Oh, just missed it by 1 year. Okay.
1 year. That's what I was trying to understand. What is it about the 7th year?
No, if it is, I'm thinking if it is near, very closer and closer to the Bhava Madhya, or maybe Sun is afflicted in one more way. See, you know what? When you read a negative combination, take the negative combination and you want to confirm on it, add something more onto it. Something more. You want to praise a planet. You want to say, wow. Keep adding the wow factors. If you are able to add more and more, you will know this guy is different from the other guy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I also used to think as a beginner, and then I gave up. I thought I'm not going to find out. You'll have to do a lot of thinking. Why did the Rishi say like this? Then I think, how on earth can we find a logic? He's telling about Saturn transit using Shodhya Pinda. How on earth can anybody find the logic of Trikona Shodhana and Ekadipatya Shodhana and then multiplying this number with that number and then finally adding everything? You get Graha Pinda, Rashi Pinda, and then another 3-digit number. Then you divide it by 27. What logic? No logic. But when it works so perfectly. It is impossible to guess. Like even I know what is running in your mind, Rupali. If sun was in the 7th, you would say, okay, sun is in the 7th, so the father is in trouble in the 7th birth. When the boy is 7-year-old, is natural. But I'm talking about 5th house. I think it is connected to father-son relationship, father-child relationship, because I think something done to father, or maybe now that is come into your 5th house of children. There is a connection between 5 and 9 factors. At least that much I know. At least why you are talking about sun there, because the natural Kalapurusha 5th house is what? Leo.
Yes.
So like that, then 5th from the 5th is the 9th house of father. So there seems to be some connection. But why would he say sometimes sun in the 10th, 18th birthday? 18th age, you get an extraordinary achievement. But there are people who said, no, I didn't have any achievement. Okay. Then on a closer look, you will find that the sun had lost its dignity. And it was afflicted and so on. You need without affliction. So I think in this chat, somebody said more and more points, right? Ashwini Kumaras, Ashwini Nakshatra, the medical Nakshatra. Like this. This is what happens when you learn more and more of astrology. Somebody amongst you should be a nakshatra expert. Somebody should be, I know Sashtyamsa, I have memorized, there's a long list of the explanation for every Sashtyamsa, right? Benefic, malefic, names, and so on, types. I once had this experience of 5th Lord in a particular Sashtyamsa, which said it is Vamsanasham. As soon as I saw that exact degree, because my computer pointed out that, those days I used to have a lot of mini, small things to tell me. Now I stopped using all that. I became a little lazy. And so they're married 25 years, no children. So if you break your head on astrology like this, it's going to get very specific. But then only computers can do it. Human beings can't do it. How many things do you remember at one time? It's really tough. Okay, so I'm trying to come up with a way of consulting 5 astrologers together. We are now experimenting. Gautam is sometimes joining my consultation. I take permission from the client, and Gautam gives me a lot of points. Okay, so I hope in the long run I'll have a team of astrologers where I tell the client we are 12 people, not one. We want 12 astrologers at one time. So somebody is going to point out.
Guruji, while you were looking at the chart, I was also doing a search, and I came up with something interesting. The same placement, Guruji, what you said, it happens very rarely. So the same placement will definitely happen on that date. That's for sure. But the Lagna is now Leo.
Oh.
And this person is a footballer, a very famous footballer, and also the captain of the French team.
Wow.
So,
Captain.
now why is he a footballer? Because now the sun is the Lagna Lord and Mars is in the 12th house.
Oh, 12th house, Yoga Karaka in 12th.
Yes, and the 12th house is the feet.
Feet, correct, yeah.
And then he the same placement, all the others are same.
Oh.
All the others are same.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that just proves astrology, right, Guruji? The change of Lagna. You said the Lagna is the most important, when somebody was talking about the moon.
Exactly. No, that's okay, because we've been for thousands of years until recently. Only now we have watch time. Before that, it was rough time. And since we are not sure about Lagna, even for lucky gems, they used to say, wear it, try it, and see for some time. Only God knows whether that is correct or not. That was the approach. So they never were sure. Okay, so moon became popular only because of that. But there are times when the Maharshi is also hinting at the moon. In some yogas he has mentioned, and moon's position is the ultimate, because it is from the moon's position the Vimshotri Dasha itself flows out. Right? The timeline of Vimshotri comes from that. But he has used some certain things like moon and danger, for example, moon in the 8th. Or moon in the 6th, water Gundam, and so on. So physical things are also connected. People only think it is emotions all the time. It's not. We can get some truth. Phaladipika that Sade Sati 7.5 year Saturn is only from the moon. I've tested it on from Lagna. Maybe it's a little disturbing when Saturn goes over Lagna, but there is nothing like it goes over the moon. Okay. There are people who you swear by Sade Sati. Oh my God, that was really tough. They have said that. Okay. So now we got a signal. We have reduced to 17 people. So let's end. Okay.
Count us on 8.
Saturn has come.
Hari Om Guruji.
Finally.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night. Good night, Guruji.
Thank you so
Good night,
much.
Guruji.
Good night, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
night,
Guruji.
Sir, thank you.
Bye. And see you soon again. Kishorji, thank you. Gautam, thank you. And Rohith.
Sunday, we are doing something, right, Guruji?
Sunday, yes. Yeah, we are doing.
Do you have any agenda?
No, I don't have. You get ready.
Okay.
You and
Me
Gautam, right?
and Gautam are going to do something. Let us see.
Okay.
Yes, sir, if you allow me, I have very interesting chart if you want to discuss it.
Yes, Mardini.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
very
me
interesting.
too, Guruji.
Carlos Alcaraz.
Oh, okay. Do one thing. I'll just type my email ID. Okay. Just be in touch with me. Gmail.com. Yeah, this is my full name. My initials are EK, DHILIP, Dhilip Kumar, no space, at gmail.com.
Dhilip Kumar, no space.
Yeah, you can see in the chat. EK, DHILIP, Kumar at gmail.com. Just send whatever you want to say, and we will find time to discuss the chart. And if you feel that you have enough knowledge about that chart, you can lead the class.
He is very famous, and somehow almost all his planets are exalted. So I was amazed with this chart, actually.
Exalted. Okay. Exalted planets. I'll tell you something to impress you. I have 4 planets exalted in my Navamsha.
He has it in Rashi charts. He has recently. He has very big achievement. So I was
very good
with his charts.
Yeah, please, we'll study that. Okay, definitely, but not immediately, because now Kishorji has something to share for the coming Sunday. Same Sunday. Do you think it's okay if we start a little earlier than 8 o'clock, 7:30, or you want it as 8?
No, I guess 7:30 should also be fine. And that will give us some time to get ready. Actually, we take around 15-20 minutes to get everything ready in place, if you remember, Guruji.
Okay. Done.
Okay. Sri Devi ji, you said you have a chart, right?
Yeah, I do.
Is it is it something that you want to do it on Sunday?
That should be fine. And if you remember, like I have shared like 5 charts, like in Patreon, finding it out like what exactly the similarity among those charts.
Oh, okay. I don't have.
See, let us more than that, Sridevi, I was telling you, we need charts that are peculiar, because from the peculiar, from the extraordinary, from the extreme, we can learn a lot.
Yes,
it should not be just okay. We want to. It's almost sounding like we are reading an ordinary chart. So it is these charts. I mean, just to prove astrology, it's very easy with the bigger ones than the smaller ones, because sometimes in the smaller ones you have a lot of 50-50s occurring in the chart, where it will not lead to so clear-cut results. Okay, so we'll start. We will stick to something very different, something very, and these. I mean, just to make sure that we all learn astrology faster, and then obviously we'll be able to use it for anybody's anybody's horoscope, right? In the days of Dhruv, who says astrology is a fraud, and these are places where we should first let people know what is astrology in the first place. Is it about spilling coffee on your keyboard when Mercury is retrograde? Is it like a joke like that, or is it something else? Are we talking serious things? karma things? Are we talking that? Now that is more important, and we have to prove astrology properly. And you should also take this message to everybody else. Okay, that's the point.
Okay, Guruji.
And
Or
we have
even
to
if it is
also-
not a celebrity, wait a minute, I'm not discouraging Sridevi. It's not a celebrity, but there is something that stood out so much in that person's life. It is something of a rare event. Even if it is not a celebrity, we will study the chart. But it should be something very, very, very strongly revealed in the horoscope. Okay.
Okay, Guruji.
Fine. I'm going to hit the end button.
Okay, Guruji. Good night.
Thank you,
All-
Guruji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. You have to always say, like in some movies, it's just the beginning, not the end. Okay. Okay.
Guruji, you can switch off the recording and tell us the politician's name.
I know you will not keep quiet. There's no need. Forget it. He's a big time guy. I don't want to say. Okay.